Guys, I don't know if you've looked at the calendar recently, but October is almost over. Are we being punked? I feel like we're being punked. And unfortunately, or fortunately, unfortunately, whatever, now is the time to begin planning ahead for Etsy's busiest time of the year, which kicks off in less than 2 weeks. And getting your shop ready for shoppers should include a review of your current SEO and traffic driving strategies, because obviously if shoppers can't find you, they can't buy from you. If you're new to Etsy SEO, check out this free toolbox up here for courses and tips to help you get started. But assuming you're a more seasoned seller who wants to experiment with some more advanced strategies, this video is for you. For anyone who may be new here, my name is Starla Moore, founder of the Handmade Alpha Academy for Etsy sellers and manager at erank.com, Etsy's most popular SEO tool. And over at eRank, we're already seeing tons of searches for Christmas-related items, as well as items that are rising in popularity for gifting season. See these little flames? These icons indicate that all of these terms were highly searched yesterday, which means that if you haven't started gearing up your shop for the holiday season, the time is now, like right now. So let's discuss 5 Etsy algorithm tricks and strategies that you may not be aware of in order to help you generate more traffic and sales this holiday season. When it comes to Etsy tags, many sellers type them out like this: Christmas sweatshirt, Christmas sweater, holiday sweatshirt, Christmas gift. Does this sound familiar? If so, you're not alone. But unfortunately, this isn't the best strategy for your tag structuring. And if you're typing out your tags like this, you may be losing huge opportunities in search. And the reason is broad matching. During the process of broad matching, Etsy plays a fun little game of mix and match, where they put words from your tags and your titles together, regardless of whether or not those words are directly next to each other. And while getting an exact match is always ideal, since exact matches result in stronger keyword matching, more times than not, you'll be making more broad matches. For example, have you ever found a great keyword only to realize that it doesn't fit in your tags section? No big deal. We'll just break it up where it makes the most sense. Etsy will match these tags together, even if the words aren't contained within a single tag. And the same goes for every word in each of your tags. So in our example, Christmas sweatshirt, Christmas sweater, holiday sweatshirt, and Christmas gift, we've already used up 4 precious tag spaces. So if we wanted to optimize for more space, we could instead condense these tags into Christmas sweatshirt, holiday sweater, and maybe gift for mom. So we're focusing on a very specific type of recipient for our sweatshirt. We're still ranking for all of the same keywords, but we've also saved a bit of space that we can use for even more tags. So rather than repeating the same words over and over again, aim to only repeat words when you really want to aim for an exact match. Otherwise, it's totally fine to focus on broad matching in order to optimize for more terms and cast a larger net. You guys have heard me say it over and over again. Printify even flew me all the way to Latvia to talk about it last month. But I say it because it's true. Having a defined niche is important, not just for your own brand recognition and growth, but also for Etsy's algorithm. Through our research over the years, we speculate that the algorithm favors topical consistency, or consistency of specific keywords. For example, let's assume that a jewelry shop has tons of sales and 5-star reviews of their silver jewelry. They use keywords related to silver jewelry in all of their listings, and they have high listing quality scores for these listings. We strongly suspect that if a shop is searching for silver jewelry on Etsy, the algorithm will likely rank the shop that specializes in silver jewelry above a shop that only has one silver necklace. Because Etsy recognizes that our jewelry shop has authority in this niche, and that they're very likely to deliver the best product and experience to the customer. Not to mention, a quick scroll through the top-selling Etsy shops in the world reveals that nearly all of these sellers have a defined niche. A clear indication recognition that both buyers and Etsy favor shops who specialize. So if you're a seller who's struggling to grow or who can't seem to compete with bigger shops, it may be time to start thinking about selecting a defined niche. Remember, keyword consistency. If you've been selling on Etsy for a while, you probably already know about listing quality scores and how they impact your rank in search. If not, check out the first video of my free SEO toolbox up here and down below. But assuming that you're already familiar with listing quality scores, you probably also already know that new listings get a slight boost in search. This is because a new listing has no positive sales histories or reviews, and rather than unfairly ranking this listing at the bottom of search pages, Etsy instead gives new listings a slight boost in search in order to gauge how customers interact with these listings. This boost window is a crucial time for our listings because during this time frame, Etsy is essentially deciding where this listing should be more permanently ranked in search. And getting traffic, sales, and reviews during this boosted time frame is an amazing way to help grow your listing quality scores, thus ensuring your new listing is seen by shoppers. A few years ago, sellers would post links to their listings in Etsy Facebook groups and ask everyone to go heart their new items in order to help give their listings a boost, which unfortunately doesn't work because Etsy can tell that this traffic was external. Remember, anything that can be gamed isn't going to help you on Etsy. However, what does help your listing quality scores is sales of that item, even if that traffic comes externally. In short, Etsy doesn't care where those sales came from. They just care that you made a sale. With this in mind, building a strong social media presence is an amazing way to drive traffic to new listings right when they're posted, which of course helps you to build up your listing quality scores during that crucial boosted window. Our last Etsy algorithm trick is one that every seller should know before the holiday season, especially if you plan to put your shop on vacation mode for the holidays. Some sellers refer to vacation mode on Etsy as a death wish, reporting a complete halt in traffic and sales upon their return. And because of this, many sellers assume that Etsy punishes sellers for using the vacation mode feature when they need to take a break. But remember what I said about your listing quality score? Listing quality is important. It's a way for Etsy to show potential customers the items that are most popular, items that are newly listed, and items that have a history of sales and positive reviews. So what happens when your listings are on vacation mode? Just like sold out listings and deactivated listings, when you place your shop on vacation mode, shoppers aren't able to engage with your listings in search. Your listing quality score doesn't get wiped clean, it just goes to sleep for a while. Shoppers are unable to discover your listings in search, click on them, favorite them, or buy them, which means that your listing quality score goes dormant. The longer you go on vacation mode, the longer those listings are dormant, and the more of a drop in traffic you may notice when you return. So when returning from vacation mode, we almost need to wake up those listings so that they come alive again. So how do you do this? The best way to bring activity back to your shop after a period of dormancy is to spend a bit of time driving your own traffic. Before going on vacation mode for the holidays, I recommend planning a short marketing campaign that you'll execute right when you return from your break. Maybe you run a 3-day flash sale that you advertise all over your social media accounts. Maybe you send out an email to your email list, or maybe you add an all-new line of products that you heavily advertise. The focus should be getting people in your shop. We want Etsy to notice that you're back and ready to sell again. And by driving your own traffic, you don't have to wait for shoppers to slowly discover you organically in search. You can send a flood directly to your shop in one big wave. Making educational videos during Etsy's busiest season is always a challenge, and I'll admit, after making videos for 7 years now, I sometimes run out of ideas. Shocker, right? So if you'd like to help me out over the next few weeks with my content schedule, please drop me a comment down below and let me know what you'd like to learn about in Q4. Until next time, Pookie.